If you were in a room with two clones of you, how would you convince your family that you were the real one? I wouldn't. I'd have a hard time convincing myself honestly. Do they have your memories, too? Because that seems like an obvious option. Scars. I've got plenty from stupid things I've done. Pull out my phone and text them. A genetic copy won't also get a copy of my phone number. Show them my taint. It is meticulously groomed, and they know it. My family had a code word. I ain't saying shit. I'll say yup, I'm the clone, see you later and let that sucker pay my debts. The clones aren't circumcised. If all of the clones are the exact same down to memory, there is no need to argue. We could just have three of me. It can live instead of me now, to do the damn job. I would let the clone take over my life, then I start a new life. What absolutely ruins a good meal? Bad company. Live band so loud you can't talk. Music that is too loud. Biting your tongue cheek lip. The bill. When it's not the right temperature. For example, cold pasta, warm Coke. Bugs in hair. Dining with complainers, people who send food back, or people who are rude to the waiter. I don't dine much. When I do, I'm walking in with a celebratory attitude, not a pole up my ass, remembering that you need to clean up the mess you made preparing the meal. Garrett. A person with no table manners. Sitting at the table being rude. Chewing with mouth open, talking with food in their mouths, being obnoxiously loud and then commenting on the dish you ordered. 8. Biting on a gristle or fish bone while chewing. Loud chewing. Nothing drives me to a murderous rage more quickly. Babies screaming. Cigarette smoke. What became of the most intelligent student in your class? Married her best friend, became a doctor, has a beautiful home, pups, and a baby on the way. She was the loveliest person and everyone loved her. She deserves everything she's worked hard for and more. Smiley face. The brightest individual from my high school became an accomplished rocket scientist. Her life took a downturn due to fentanyl. She ended up marrying an incredibly abusive man and had 3 children. Eventually, they got divorced. He passed away due to a brain tumor shortly after completing high school. He possessed remarkable intelligence and even had the skill to play the piano while inverted. Stay-at-home mom who posts non-stop on social media. What can a stranger do in public that will immediately make you judge them? Throw trash on the ground. Drop litter. Not pick up their dog's shit. Scream at their partner. Watch a video on full blast, without headphones where it is very clearly inappropriate. Or scream at their kids, in front of a bunch of strangers. I think it's absolutely humiliating for a child and it is very telling of how they are to the child all the time. Their cell phone etiquette. Bad or good, I will watch and judge accordingly. If they pick up litter, I think they're a good person. Not washing their hands after using the bathroom. Mouth open, no cover, sneeze. Take out their phone to film while someone is in a bad situation, instead of trying to help. Call for help. Defecate in the middle of the street. Speakerphone call. Be loud. Be rude to wait staff. Let their kids run amok. Get in people's way to film a TikTok. Being cruel to their pets. What did you do when you were heartbroken? Let my emotions out for as long as it took and don't try to get over it quickly. It can take time and you need time to heal. But eventually work towards moving on. I met my fiancée in high school and dated throughout college. She passed away 28 years ago. I've never gotten over it. Sometimes I look at keepsakes I have that I keep in a large chest and ruminate. Sometimes she's in vivid dreams that I want to stay in. When I was heartbroken, I just kinda shut out the world and wallowed in my emotions. Spent a lot of time alone with my thoughts until eventually life felt normal again. Exercise. When my relationship ended and just functioning was difficult. What did you get fired for? Our store was going out of business and I was too negative about the store closing. Aggressively squeezing breakfast muffins. Lol. I was a few days into working at MCDS and someone complained I gave them a muffin that was too hard. They baked them at like 3 a.m. and sit in a warmer all day. This was before they had the full bakery menu. I think muffins was the only thing baked and maybe cookies. So my manager told me to squeeze them before I hand them out. Me being a dumb teenager squeezed the shit out of these muffins and got another complaint. They stopped scheduling me. Haha. Embezzled almost $500,000 from the doctor's office I worked at. Oh no, wait. That was my former supervisor who did that, 26 years after she fired me for taking home a leftover slice of pizza after a drug rep hosted a pizza party for the office staff. Karma can take a long time, but it always comes through. What industry attracts the wrong people and actually aren't qualified? Serious. Politics. Not exactly a job, but any board of education. No idea what goes on in the classroom, let alone the offices of a whole district of schools, but they literally make every decision. Hospital administration. They are often business-oriented people with little to no experience in the health field. So they have no idea what those on the front line actually do. For them it's all about profitability. Elder care. Hotel me I know, smirking face. Stockbrokers. I have some friends who are stockbrokers. I love them, But man, they are some bullshit artists. And not like, oh, they're a good salesman, and could sell you anything. No, it's like they make shit up as they go along and try to sound confident in what they say. What restaurant or food chain do you drive past even when you're hungry because it doesn't count as food to you? Just so you guys know, TGI Fridays has sushi. It comes warm. Nowadays, KFC. What happened within the last 10 years or so, but every KFC I've been to is utter garbage. KFC. The one near me was filthy first time I went. Shit made me never want to bother with the whole chain ever again. Subway. I went on one road trip where the only restaurant on the freeway was Subway. 3 days of nothing but Subway. That's all it took to never go back. I've stopped eating at all fast food chains. The cost seems similar to a nice restaurant now, plus I have doubts about the hygiene. The Golden Corral. I wouldn't eat there if it was the last place on earth and I was starving to death. What was your sir? This is a Wendy's moment. A man come into my tattoo shop once and asked for a massage with a happy ending. Was like, this is a tattoo studio, not a massage parlor, and he just stood there like, yeah? I know, as if tattooists are synonymous with sexual masseuse. Closing shift at a Starbucks. Was like 10 p.m. at night and this couple come inside and walk up to me at the front counter saying, the deli across the street is racist towards white people. I really had no response besides just standing there for a few seconds before saying, you want to order something? I love when customers trauma dump on me. Okay sir, that will be $2.15. Yeah, my dog just died and my son was arrested. My mom's house burned down last week too. Oh. Would you like a straw? What would you do with an extra $1,900 a month? Build a safety net. I doubt I would go on a major spending spree but would relax a lot more. I would definitely stop always volunteering to work overtime to make ends meet. Live the dream of being able to put my bills on autopay and not have to worry about what I really don't need this week from the grocery store. Move into my own apartment without roommates. Breathe easier. Retirement fund. I can already live with what I have. Another $22,800 today put away for an extended period of time means you'll get to live part of your life not working. Wasted on heat, lights, food, etc. $1,900 a month is everything I need tbh. In my country salaries are like from $350 to $600 average. Savings. Pay my debt, move out and get an electric bike. What's something that you've finally come to terms with? That despite my childhood not living up to expectations, it is the one that I had and I have to move forward accepting that. Nothing. I'll be angry and indignant until I die. Hopefully, soon. Friends go their separate ways after college. There will never again be such carefree days as those enjoyed with friends in college. I'm addicted to food. It's really easy to fall into the trap of I just need to eat a little better or cut out sweets, but the true reality is I have an addiction to bad food. All of the same things that addicts do: emotional connection to addiction, mental justifications I do with food. Weight loss for me is not about a diet, it's about breaking an addiction. My mother will never like me. I've tried for years to make her and it just won't happen. Oh well, what's the most polite insult you've ever heard? Your train of thought always seems to have a pleasant journey, doesn't it? You've absolutely maxed out your potential. I read it on another sub. Somebody told their annoying friend that they have an amazing voice to play the drums. I may have taught you everything you know, but I didn't teach you everything I know. Everybody has a purpose in life, even if it's to serve as a bad example. At this point, you can only impress me. Kids, just because I don't care doesn't mean I'm not listening. Homer Simpson. He's a modest guy. And he has a great deal to be modest about. I envy people who have never met you. Your understanding of the material and capability and the position is a fair showing of your education. Well, you look the best you possibly could and that's all that matters. Who has the clearest and purest voice you ever heard? Karen Carpenter, Sir David Attenborough, Alison Krauss, Brian Stokes Mitchell, Dakota Johnson, Morgan Freeman, Ella Fitzgerald, Whitney Houston, Zara, and Victoria Monet. Their voices like the cold side of the pillow. Rich Evans' laughter. Like angels singing. Karen Carpenter has my vote. James Earl Jones. Andre Bocelli, of course. Daisy Edgar Jones. Elizabeth Fraser from Cocteau Twins. Bob Ross. Joan Baez. Joe Biden. Jim Nabors, Gomer Pyle. David McCalmont and Scott Walker. Roberta Flack. Haley Westenra. Dido. Nico Case. Better Than Aretha Franklin. Mariah Carey singing, Kate Blanchett acting. Go Gals. Winking Face. Luciano Pavarotti, Leontine Price, Adele, and Josh Groban have clear and pure voices. Your God. What are you removing from Earth? Cancer. Our inability to heal and regrow teeth, limbs, etc. The little pieces of skin that peel beside your fingernails. Greed. I'm certain 99 of problems: climate change, difference between the poor and the wealthy, Most wars and acts of violence and many more things would not be a thing if we weren't that greedy in heart. Poverty, humans, Reddit mods. The correct answer is pedophiles. The hypocritical, narcissistic, authoritarian assholes that claim to believe in me.